Hello, and welcome to the 153rd edition of Beer Issues. My name is Matt Bruckert, and I'm coming to you live here from our studios here at Casa de Bruckert, where we're going to be having another very good beer. This time we're going to have a beer from Iceland. It's called the Einstock Icelandic Toasted Porter. And we never do enough porters, I don't think. It seems like I only think about drinking porters and sometimes stouts when it's colder. Well, we had a little cold front come in, and up north they're getting buried in snow. But down here we're still pretty warm, but colder than normal. So I thought, what better time to drink a nice porter than now? So I'm going to go ahead and pour out this beautiful Icelandic Toasted Porter. Now this beer, beautiful black color with a tan head, rates 87 out of 100 with on Beer Advocate. So that rates it as a very good beer. It is 6% alcohol by volume, which fits right into that perfect porter category as far as the ABV. Now, with this beer, they use lager malts, Munich malts, chocolate malt, Bavarian hops, and roasted coffee, okay? So what you're going to get, your typical porter is going to have a like coffee chocolate type flavor. And based on the ingredients that they use, I think that this should fall right in line with what a standard porter should taste like. Now, I have been to Iceland, believe it or not, so I can talk a little bit about it. First of all, in Iceland, you got to be very careful because things can be a little bit more expensive in Iceland just because of the hard way to get things imported there. It's kind of expensive. So when you order a beer, make sure you check into it, because I almost mistakenly ordered a $36 beer while I was there. Long story, but anyway. But we're going to go ahead, we're going to smell this beer. Yep, so right off the bat, I get like the dark chocolate. It's not like a sweet like Hershey's, it's that dark chocolate. And I do get the coffee in there. It smells really good. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, this isn't my first time having this beer, and it probably will not be my last time having this beer, but it's been a while since I've had it, so I'm kind of excited, especially on an evening where it's getting a little bit cooler. I think we're going to be getting into the 30s tonight, so that's, really cold for us here in Florida. So let's go ahead and let's taste this. So right off the bat, I get like the sweetness of the chocolate, but I do get the coffee flavor in there, but there's definitely like a sweetness that smooths it all out. It balances it, if you will. So you don't get the bitterness of the coffee. I mean, maybe it's because of all the different varieties of hops they use with the Munich hops and the Bavarian hops, and then the different kind of malts is what I meant to say. With the Munich malt and the chocolate malt, it kind of just blends all together. Now that's a really, really nice, drinkable porter. And the thing about porters, and the reason I always tend to think of them on evenings when it's a little bit cooler, is because they're typically a porter is going to be a little bit heavier, like a stout or something that's a little bit heavier to drink when it's cool outside. Now this beer, I don't think, I mean, it's dark in color, but it's not heavy in taste. So it's got a really good quality to it and flavor, but it's not like overly bitter or heavy. It's just a very drinkable beer. So I give it a very, very high rating. I'm surprised after having this last time that I haven't had this again more recently, just because it is such a great, great beer. And one thing I did, I kind of looked up with Einstock. I always wondered what Einstock meant. Einstock actually is an Icelandic word meaning unique, okay? And that would fit the brewery and fit the Iceland in general is kind of unique, right? Founded by the Vikings and all that. But this beer is unique in the fact that it's dark with the tan head, but it's not heavy like a lot of porters you get are going to be super heavy. And this is just nice light, and they didn't finish it off too hoppy. You get, I think, the hops at the end, the Bavarian hops. Those types of hops tend to make a beer kind of crisp on the end, so it doesn't finish bitter. So it might be just the perfect blend that they've created to make this porter taste so good. But it's just a very drinkable porter. And a lot of times the reason, like I said, I don't have porters a lot is because in Florida it doesn't get as cold typically. So, but I think you could pretty much drink this year round. I mean, I certainly wouldn't sit and drink it around by the pool or anything like that. But it's something of an evening that would be a perfect beer to have. So, what I was saying about going to Iceland. Iceland's actually a very beautiful city. I didn't get to spend as much time there, doing all the touring the country like I would like to, because there's so much beauty up in Iceland. But we just had an overnight there, so we kind of got into the city. We went and had a really nice dinner. We did a little bit of touring around the city where we were there. And that was pretty much it. I really wanted to go do a couple of things while we're there, and maybe next time if we take a flight and we're going over to Europe, because you actually get cheaper flights going over to Europe if you go and do an overnight in Iceland. So it makes it worthwhile to go there on your way to Europe or on the way back from Europe. So we did do that, and it was an enjoyable time. So I would like to go back because there's a lot of beauty in Iceland. You just need a little bit of time because you got to travel to go do a lot of the things there. So, but anyway, a beautiful beer for a beautiful country. I agree wholeheartedly with the rating. It's actually one of the best porters I've had in quite a while. So I'm very excited. I'm going to keep enjoying it and keep drinking it. So if you've enjoyed this, make sure you tell your friends about Beer Issues and how much fun we're having talking about beer and drinking good quality beers like this great beer. If you want any cool Beer Issues gear like this beautiful t-shirt, go to shop.beerissues.com. And as my wife likes to say, I have beer issues.